Hello, everyone. It is one of my favorite days. It's pack opening day. We got the 6 free packs. We bought 27 packs with gold. We got the 50 pre-order. We have 83 packs to open today. We're opening them before we play the single player because we want as many as many hero cards as possible. That's what we're going for. So we're guaranteed to get a legendary in the first 10 packs and no duplicates. So my computer is going to lag through the first one. We got some ice. We got a rare. Standard pack to start. We're hoping to get a probably our three main classes are three main classes I play are Warlock, Priest, and Mage. So we're looking for those cards. We got the Drained Soul and the Cold Wrath card. Got the Lifesteal Murloc. Always a fan of the Murlocs. This card's pretty cool. Gain stats of your weapon. So for 4/4, it's plus 3/3, so you could get a pretty big. And then this one draws the weapons. So an okay pack, nothing spectacular. It's a pretty cool opening animation. Another standard pack. Got the Burlock. Bone Drake is a pretty cool card that will probably be seen maybe in the Dragon Priest deck. Scalamancer is pretty cool. That means it can, if it dies on your opponent's turn, you get an 8/8. So they got to play around it. Frozen Clone gives 2 copies of a minion your opponent plays. So you have to pay the cost, but if you can get 2 pretty good cards, it's a pretty good secret. So third pack in, another normal. We got Penguin, probably the cutest card in the deck. Another Death Rattle if it's your opponent's turn, get things. Night Howler, whenever it takes damage, it gets 2. And then we got the Wicked Skeleton, where it gets +1/+1 for each thing that died and play dead, which triggers a friendly Death Rattle, which is pretty cool. That would probably be good in Wild Control Hunter, maybe, with Sylvanas'. Another standard pack. This is our 4th pack, I think. So another one of these. Exploding Bat, which deals 2 to all minions. So this is a good control card. 2 of the Shadow Ascendants, which give +1/+1 at the end of the turn. And then Divine Shield +1 Tainted Zealot. This card actually might be decent. Not sure. I could be wrong. Alright, so here's our legendary. We got it in the 5th pack. We've already seen this one. Devour Mind is a copy 3 cards from your opponent's deck into your hand. And then Wicked Tiller. This might be a new aggro card that gets a lot of play, but we'll see. The legendary is what we're looking for. So we got Uther. So we get the weapon with the 5/3. Uther's pretty cool. The hero power get +2, and then if you get them all, is pretty awesome. So that'll definitely be a card we'll play. All right, so we got our first epic, which is Corpse Taker, which you get all these things if they're in your deck. So this is a pretty cool. You can have a Taunt, Divine Shield, Lifesteal, Wind Fury card for 3/3 for 4. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the Death Rattle, summon a Death Rattle. If you do a Quest Priest, this might be pretty good. And then we got Spell Lash, which it deals 1 damage, and you get Lifesteal that. We've already seen. Actually, I don't know if we saw the Lifesteal Murloc, so we got that too. Two rares in this one. So I think this card is actually going to be pretty good. A 1/5 Taunt for 2 is good, and in the late game, a 1/2 Poisonous could be halfway decent. More Divine Shield Taunt, 1/1 cards. Avalanche Freeze is kind of a thing that's happening in Shaman, so that might be good. And then we got to give you a 4/4. This is actually, I think, might be a good card too. You get to give a 4. You get 4/4 plus taunt, so it's like a 9/9 with taunt for 7 in stats. So that might not be terrible, but you have to have a minion on the board, so that's kind of the downside to it. So we just saw that one. Standard deck. Bear Shark. Can't be a target of hero power, so that one's cool. Mindbreaker, hero powers are disabled. That's kind of like an anti, you know, hero, the new card, the hero cards, because they give you better hero powers card. +2 spell damage. Might see some crazy combos with that. And then another death rattle if it's your opponent's turn, get something. So that card might see play in aggro decks. Standard pack. So Nash is a give 3, basically 3/3 attack, and then roll the bones. It's if you draw a death rattle card, you get to cast it again. So kind of cool. So second legendary, I think that's in our first 10 cards, so that's awesome, and it won't be the same one we got the first time. Eternal Servitude might be pretty cool in some crazy combo decks for pre, so that's definitely something we'll try out. Let's see what we got here. We got Boulevard Flame Fireblood, Divine Shield. After a minion loses Divine Shield, gain +2 attack. So I don't think this is like the other Boulevard where it's in your hand. I think it's just when you play it. So this will be interesting. I don't love this card. I think it's kind of the, but it might be good, better than I'm expecting. But we've gotten 2 Paladin cards, so we're definitely making a Paladin deck. So the first card that was announced, Ticking Abomination. So potentially an aggro card. I don't know if it'll be good. More freeze Shaman cards, and then, you know, some other stuff. This one might actually be okay too. Give a friendly minion +1 spell damage. Again, you have to have a minion on the board, but 2/3 that does something. It's better than a vanilla 2/3 for 2, so it could be see play in certain decks. More poisonous spiders. This one is destroy for and then destroy a random minion. So if there's just 2 minions on the board, this is really good. I think we've seen these. And then Dark Conviction is just where you set something to 3/3, which is like that one card that I can't think of, the 3/4 that does it. So they took that out of that card and just give it a 2-mana spell card. So again, not totally sure. This is the only card we haven't seen. I think this card might not be that great, but giving really for 5, you're getting potentially, if there's 2 minions, 5, 8 in stats, which is really good. So, but again, you have to have the cost of having 2 cards, so it's tough. So this is the first Shadow Essence. Summon a 5/5 copy of a random minion in your deck. Again, so if you have a priest deck that's just spells, you could do a crazy combo. Just spells, and then Malagos and the 7/7 Prophet Velen, you can summon them in a bunch of different ways now. And then as long as you have the Mind Blast, you can pop them. So that'll be interesting. A 5/5 Velen's not good. You couldn't play that on 6 and then hope it lives, because it probably won't. So you're trying to get to 10 mana and then pop it. I don't know if that'll be good, but that's what I want to do. Bone Baron, add 2 1/1 skeletons to your hand. I don't think this is good. We've seen these. Give a friendly minion immune this turn. This card actually might be pretty good. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking it might be okay. It might be cool in some decks. Whenever your weapon is destroying game +1/+1, so this might be okay in. Actually, I don't see. I don't really see that card getting play. Maybe in like a control weapon-based warrior deck, or maybe in rogue if you're just popping through your weapons and you can destroy it. I wonder if that counts when you re-weapon up. So 2 rares and an epic. Another death rattle on your turn. Gain +1/+1 for each damaged minion. So this is like kind of, you know, kind of like the 2/4, but opposite when you play it. Epic Sulking Geist. Destroy all 1-cost spells in both hands and decks. That's interesting. That could really mess up a aggro deck. So I don't think that card's going to play. There are Destroy and Steal in this set, which has been something that Blizzard hasn't gotten to yet. Give your weapon lifesteal is always good. I feel like this card, I've looked at this card and I was like, oh, a new aggro card. Whenever you play a card, remove the top 3 cards of your deck. This might be okay in an aggro deck. 5/5 for 4 isn't great though. If it was 6/6 for 4, it'd be insane, but we'll see. Standard. So Defile, it deals 1 damage, cast again, if any die, cast again. So this is like for control. Warlock, we've talked about these. Sanguine Reveler, destroy a friendly minion and gain +2/+2. I think this card is broken as shit. Like, if you're going second and you have the guy that summons 1/1 when it dies, and this, you go coin 3/3/1/1 on turn 1. That just seems broken. So if you had, so I don't know, maybe it's bad, but I feel like this is like a perfect Zoo card. Like, this seems insane. I think Zoo, based on just this card, I think Zoo might get more play now. I think we've seen all of these. This is our third one of that. So we got some dust! Oh! I didn't get... we got the priest. Shuffle your opponent. This is, in my opinion, this is a meme card. I don't think it's very good. I think it needed better stats. We got a golden frozen clone too. It'll be interesting to play around with. Obviously, if a fatigue priest deck comes about, this card would be amazing. But I don't think that'll happen. I mean, if you're going to, on average, you're going to shuffle 15 cards in your deck. So that would give you, if you got to fatigue, you'd always win. But don't think so. We got 3 legendaries and 20 cards, which is a lot better than the last time we did a pack opening. You can tell the new pack thing is there. So that's cool. Give a friendly minion +1 attack. This card is actually pretty okay, I think. If it was 1/2, it'd be even better. Freeze an enemy. This card might be okay. Deal 2. This is kind of like the flame cannon replacement, I think. And then Venomous Trap. Whenever your minion is attacked, summon a 2/3 poisonous cover. This might be okay. Poisonous is super good, I think, in control. So, and you have to play around it. So, another Bear Shark. Our first Nocturnal Geist. Whenever one of your other minion dies, summon a 2/3. This is pretty cool, except it's 5/3. Its stats are really bad, so its effect is pretty powerful, but for the stats, it's not great. And it's pretty high costed. So Glacial Memories, play each one of your secret. Put each one of your secret from your deck into the battlefield. So if there's 3 secrets in your hand, you get to play them for 8. If there's, or in your deck, if there's 4 or 5, you're getting a huge cost. This might help. This might be a cool... Secret Mage has been a thing, so this might get play in there. And then a Golden Defile. That is gross. So 2 rares. We've seen this one. Add a Mirror Image into your hand. So a Mirror Image being the card where you get 2 O2s. I'm not sure if this card is 2 O2 taunts. This card doesn't seem great. I'm not sure. If you're looking for a cheap spell, maybe it's okay. Also, in the Quest Mage, this would be okay, because you're getting a spell that's not in your deck. So, maybe you'll see play in those. 2/6 just doesn't seem that great for the cost. Seen it. Summon 2 1/1 skeletons. So this might be okay. This comes out to being a 4/6 for 4, and it's spread across. But with all the kind of deal 1 damage, that might not be great. Seeing those 2. I think we've seen all those. Oh, this card, the 1/3, if you play, whenever you play something, it does 1 damage. That's a pretty cool card if you have like the Acolyte of Pain or something that does that. So summon 2 Murlocs from your deck, or draw 2 Murlocs from your deck, Ice Fishing. This Lifesteal Beast card might be pretty good if like a Control Beast deck comes about. Blood Razor again, deal 1 to everything. So that's kind of a cool card. So this is the Charge Lifesteal. If you buff this up, the thing about Lifesteal is if you... Oh, we got 2 of these. When you buff these cards, they get exponentially better. So you're dealing... Like if you put the 4/4, +4/+4, this is a 7/6, so you're really dealing 4... You're really dealing 7 and gaining 7, so it's a 14 health swing. So that's pretty good. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more. That might be a tech card, but I don't think it's going to be great. And then Drakai Defender. Not sure if this card will see play. 2/8. Overload 3 is a lot. So if you play it on 3, you basically have 1 mana next turn. It's not ideal. You're basically just forfeiting your next turn. I want this animation. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I've seen these. Another Bone Drake. Interesting. He looks like he's playing that game where you play with when you're a kid with the strings. So nothing we haven't talked about in there. Oh, epic. First classic, just all your weapons in their hands and gain their stats. Furnace Fire classes. Not sure this card's going to see play. It seems cool. It seems like you could have a big dude. Maybe in an aggro deck with you have a lot of weapons in it, you play him and you get a big dude, and if they can't remove it, you're going to deal a ton of damage. Crypt Lord, summon, after you summon a minion, gain 1. I think this card is actually pretty good in a control deck. I'm not sure. If you get this down early, and then you keep playing some minions, I don't know. But you need a lot of minions, so if you're using big minions, it doesn't help a bunch. So, I don't know. I thought it might be interesting. That card might get some play. So Shadowblade, your hero is immune this turn. So you play it, you get to do 3 damage without taking damage. That's okay. It's a pretty good removal spell. 3/2 for 3 though, it's still not as good as Fiery War Axe. I think I'd rather have that. Another one of these guys. Another one of these. Second one of these. So this card might be pretty cool. During your turn, your weapon doesn't lose durability. So if you get a big weapon out, you can drop this and attack and still keep the durability. So that might be okay. The Lifesteal Priest guy, that's going to be good with Chord Speaker, I think is what it's called, and where you gain things based on what's in your deck. Whenever this minion survives damage, summon a 1 ghoul. So this would combo good with that card that does 1 damage, or summon a 2 ghoul, excuse me. So that's kind of cool. We've seen the rest of those. Golden Epic! Add a battle, or add a Death Rattle minion that died. This game to your hand, this might be okay. It might be good in the Priest Death Rattle deck. It might be really good in Wild, where there's more Sylvanuses, basically. Again, with the frozen thing with Shaman, if it's frozen, kill it when it deals damage. So this is the first time I think we've seen those. 2/5 Poisonous, this card would be interesting. That's a lot of health, so you can kind of like knock things off. Again, I think this card is really good. I think Happy Ghoul is actually pretty good too. In both Paladin and Priest. So it could technically get a free 3/3. So we'll see if that card sees play. I think we've seen all those. We've definitely seen all those. Despicable Dreadlord. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. This card actually might be okay. I'm not sure. 4/5 is decent stats, but it's for 5, so it makes it a little worse. But dealing the 1 damage might be helpful. Embrace Darkness, you choose a minion, and then when it comes back to your turn, you get the minion. I think this card is strong. It messes up your Resurrect deck, though. If you're looking, like if you're just doing a spell Resurrect deck, you're gonna grab a minion. If you don't want to Resurrect it, that's kind of bad. So freeze all other minions. This is a pretty good card. I think when it goes back to the other player's turn, all their minions should be frozen. But when it comes back to your turn, if they stay frozen... Oh, your other minions. Never mind, this card isn't great. Actually, it depends how it works. When it comes back to your turn, if they unfreeze, this card is okay. This card's pretty good. I don't know how that interaction works, though. So Serenite Chain Gang, summon a copy of this minion. So the idea is if you hand buff it, something like that, you can get 2 big taunt guys. Kind of like the guy that summons 3 2/2s. Bear Shocks! Another Eternal Servitude, so that one will go to dust. So we haven't had a legendary in a while, so Desperate Stand, give a minion death rail, return this with 1 health. So this would be good on something with like Tyrion. Ice Walker, your hero power also freezes a target. This card is actually pretty cool. I don't know if it'll see play, but I think it has some potential in a control deck. It's back to back for that guy. Second one of those. Whenever you're up. Oh no, we already talked for that one. So we had 3 legendaries. I think we started with 83, so you know, it's been a while. Spectral Pillager, deal damage equals the number of other cards you've played this turn. So if you play a big combo, this is like a miracle card, a miracle combo card. It's kind of cool. Discover a copy of a minion in your deck. So this is like tracking, but you get to discover a card and you don't have to lose the other 2 cards. So that's pretty cool. Stats aren't great obviously on it because its effect is pretty powerful actually. Could put you on curve or give you something for later. We have seen all of these. So we're a little over halfway. We got 2 paladin, the 2 paladin legendaries, and the 1 priest legendary that's not Anduin. Draw a divine shield minion from your deck. I don't. Not sure. I'm really not sure. If you only have like 1, if you're just looking for Tyrion, I guess that's okay. If you have multiple ones, I don't think a Divine Shield deck is going to be something that happens. We've talked about all these. So I think we're 50 in, and we got 3 legendaries. Not, I shouldn't say only. We've seen all those. Starting to get to the point where we're seeing a lot of commons reef treaded. Golden come. Scene. 2 more legendaries is what I would like to see. Epics are always nice too, though. Another Shadow Essence, that'll be dust. Another Spectral Pillager for all of your miracle needs. There's our legendary. We've seen that one. Anduin. Ah, Garrosh. So Garrosh gives you a 4/3 that also damage. So when you attack with it, it does damage to those and the ones next to it. Also, it has his hero power deals 1 damage to all creatures. Yeah, so you can use that to combo some things up. Ultimate Infestation, deal 5 damage, draw 5 cards, gain 5 damage, summon a 5/5 ghoul. This card might be okay. I'm not sure. It's really slow, but it gives you a lot for 10 mana. The draw 5 cards is big, but you potentially are going to overdraw too. Give a friendly minion Death Rattle, resummon this minion. Maybe okay in the Priest. I don't know if it counts towards the Priest quest. I look at everything in Priest, Warlock, and Mage Light, so for neutral cards. But I guess I need to start looking at Paladin, right? Seen all those. Snake Trap for our rare there. Seen all those. So we are going to get one more hero card too from the adventure. So we got another shot at Anduin. I'm assuming we'll get one more. I think this one's new. At the end of your turn, give another random friendly minion +3 attack. So it's like a beefed up weapon smith, I think the card's called, which is kind of cool. So we should get, oh, actually we might get more than one shot since we got it so early here. Another one of those. Our rare we've seen. Anduin. Nope. Hydronox, summon your taunt minions that have died this game. So this is like a, or Death Rattle, summon your taunt minions that have died this game. Like, kind of like a, I can't think of that old god's name right now off the top of my head. But that summons taunts instead. But it has to die, so if it gets hexed or something, it's not very useful. But kind of a cool card. We've seen all these. We saw that at the beginning. Alright, so now we're hoping for one more legendary, I guess, in our last 20. We've gotten 5. Ooh, 2 epics. I've seen that. So Rattling Rascal is the first one we've seen of these. Summon a 5/5 skeleton. Death Rattle, summon one for your opponent. So if you can give this away, get to your opponent somehow, it would. There's a I think it's a Warlock card that gives one of your cards to your opponent, so you can do some weird shenanigans like that. More Bear Sharks. Can never have too many Bear Sharks. 2/2 for 3 is really bad. That card might be too understated to be playable. I'm not sure. Plague Scientist combo. Give a friendly minion poison. It's the first one we've seen of those. Could be useful if you have a high health minion. Scene. Keening Banshee? Did I say Neen Banshee before? Couple rares. Another Eternal Fortitude, another Ticking Abomination. This is like our 4th one of these. Just in those. Shale Gravedigger, we talked about that one. In regards to the Priest quest. Another Keening Banshee. Ooh, 2 epics. Will one be golden? Hollow Fiend, this is the first time we've seen this. Every time your minion takes damage, discard a random card. Trying to make the discard deck happen. Not sure if this, I don't think this card gets it there, I'm going to be honest. 2 different ones. After an enemy After a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, so like the Boulevard card, gain +1 attack, freeze, give a minion 3/3 and freeze it. So this says minion, you can use it on the other guy and then attack it. More of the Shaman freeze synergy. Seen all those? Another epic. A lot of epics. I feel like the epic rate is a lot higher than usual. Death Axe Punisher. Give a random lifesteal minion in your hand +2/+2. So this is a lifesteal synergy card. So interesting. Talked about everything else. So last 10. We'll hope for one more legendary. Oh, got an epic. Another epic. Snowfear Giant. Costs 1 less for each mana crystal you've overloaded this game. So basically the overload giant. Oh, this is new too. Summon a 1/5 Scarab with Taunt. If your opponent has more minions, cast again. So basically if they have a board full, if you have 7 minions and you have 0, you get 7 1/5 taunts. So it's an interesting card. Another epic. Rare epic. Another Happy Ghoul, another Defile, and another Embrace Darkness. So we've seen all those. Like I said, just get a lot of epics. A lot of epics. Golden Common, we've seen it. Ticking Abomination, we've seen that. There's another Plague. This card animation is lacking. It's just wiggling everything. I want those to like move out. So that's a little disappointing. Oh, hello kitten. So we're down to our last 6. We're hoping for one more legendary. It will not be this pack. 2 Death Revenants. You've seen them. Last 5. We've seen that one actually, because we talked about it with Animated Berserker that deals 1 damage. So you play that and get 2/2 along with it. Another one of those. I've seen those. 3 left. 1 more legendary. Come on, packs. Penguin. I believe in you, Blizzard RNG. There it is! You just had to believe. Lich King hero card. Thrall the Deathseer. Transform your minions into random ones that cost 2 more. So that is a double evolve. That one will be interesting. I actually don't know what the hero power is to this one. No, I do know. It's take a minion and it's evolve a minion basically. Evolve 1 minion +1. So, pretty cool card. That might be. This might actually be an aggro card. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I also wonder if it's friendly minion. So we got our last one. So, oh, another epic. That'd been cool if we popped back-to-back legendaries, but I'm happy that we got one more. Tomb, we've seen all these. All right, cool. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna do a separate video with the solo adventure. So we'll see what other Death Knight card we get. We've got, I don't even know, hero card. We got 3. We got Garrosh, we got Paladin, we got Uther, and we got Thrall. So, yeah. So we'll get one more, so we'll have 4. So not too bad. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.